Ugh, I wish I wouldn't have arrived so late. I have been traveling all day, and I was hoping to get some rest before then.
Excuse me, do you know how good it's all around here? Try the Golden Dragon. They may take you in. It's about a quarter of a mile along the other side. Oh, thanks.
Please come in, dear.
I saw a notice in the window. I was wondering about her room.
It's all ready for you, my dear.
I was on my way to Golden Dragon, but the window catch my eye. Anyways, how much do you charge?
5 sixpence a night. And if that's too much, perhaps I can reduce it to a tiny bit. Do you desire an egg for breakfast, my dear?
5 and 6 pence is nice. I would very much like to stay here.
I knew you would. Do come in. Please, take a seat.
She looked exactly like the mother of one best school friend welcoming one into the house to stay for the Christmas holidays.
Well, this is nice.
You see, it isn't very often that I take a visitor into my little nest. I'm so glad you appeared. I was beginning to get worried.
Oh, that's alright. You mustn't worry about me.
And what about supper, my dear? Do you manage to eat before you came in here?
I'm not a bit hungry, thank you. I'll just think I head to bed early. Got to report to the office this morning.
Very well then, but before you sleep, could you sign this paper? It's to lie, you know, and we wouldn't want to break it, did we?
I'm a lucky fellow. This is a bit of alright. What?
Christopher Mulholland? That rings a bell. Or have I heard that? W. Temple? Both of these names seem oddly familiar.
Such charming voice.
Oh, their names sound familiar. Maybe I heard about them in the papers. When they famous were they?
I don't think they were famous, my dear, but they were extraordinarily handsome. They were young and tall, just like you, my dear.
This last entry was over 3 years ago.
How silly of me, I do apologize. In one ear and out the other. That's me, Mr. Weaver.
Well, you see, both of these names, Mulhat and Temple, not only seem to remember each other separately, so to speak, but somehow each other are connected in some particular way. Like they're famous or something.
How amusing. Well, I don't know. I'll give you a nice cup of tea and a ginger biscuit before you go to bed, my dear.
You really shouldn't bother. I didn't mean to do anything like that. I'm almost positive it was the newspaper I saw on. I will think for a second. I'm sure I will. Now wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Mulholland, Christopher Mulholland, wasn't that the name of the Eden schoolboy who was walking through the West Country and then all of a sudden...
Milk and sugar?
Yes, please. And then all of a sudden...
Eton schoolboy? Oh no, my dear, that can't possibly be right. Because Mr. Mulholland was certainly not an Eton schoolboy. When he came to me, he was Cambridge undergraduate. Come over here now and sit next to me and warm yourself in front of this lovely fire. Come on, your tea is all ready for you. How nice. How warm and cozy this is, isn't it? Mr. Mulholland was a great one for his tea. I had never seen someone who drank as much tea as him.
I suppose he left recently, didn't he?
Left? But Mr. Mulholland never left. He's on the 3rd floor with Mr. Temple. How old are you, my dear?
17.
17? You're so young, just as Mr. Mulholland. Oh, it's the perfect age. Mr. Mohan was also 17, but I think he was a little bit shorter than you. In fact, I think he was. And his teeth weren't so white. You have the most beautiful teeth, Mr. Weaver. Did you know that?
Thanks. But they're not as good as they look. They have masses of fillings in the back.
Mr. Temple, in fact, was a little bit older. He was 28, and I will never guess if he hadn't told me, because he hadn't have a blemish on his body.
Hey, what?
A skin like a baby. Would you like another cup of tea, dear?
No, thank you.
Okay, did you sign the book, right?
Oh, yes.
That's good, because later on it happens to forget what you recall. Then I can always come down here and look it up to you. I still do that almost every day with Mr. Mohan and Mr.
Temple. Gregory Temple. Excuse me for asking, but haven't there been any other guests the last 3 years here?
No, my dear. Only you.